Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Monday, June 5th, 2023. And we begin with a 14-year-old from Largo, Florida, running away with the Super Bowl of spelling and its $50,000 top prize. 8th grader Dev Shah had already nailed dictionary doozies like chiromancy, schistoricus, and egregis when he was hit with the word that could win it all, Samophile, which actually begins with a P and means an organism that thrives in sandy soil. He cracked a slight smile as he spelled it because, as he told the New York Times, he knew the two roots and just put them together. But that's what studying 10 hours a day for the past year, just for this contest, will do. Dev had competed in previous Bs, never placed higher than 51st, and last year didn't even make it out of the regional competition in his home state. He told the Times his takeaway is, never give up, no matter what. Last Friday, we told you about Delaware and its new state dog. This morning, we bring you the great state of Alabama and its first official cookie. The Yellowhammer is the kitchen creation, not of some famous chef, but of a 4th grader. Mary Claire Cook whipped up the winning recipe after her class came up with the idea of a state cookie during a lesson on Alabama history. Other states, including Massachusetts, New Mexico, and Connecticut, have them, but the Heart of Dixie did not. Seniors at the school crowned the winner, chose the name Yellowhammer, which is also a nickname for the state, and pitched the idea to lawmakers. On Friday, Mary Claire brought her creation to the Capitol, where Governor Kay Ivey signed the bill that made it official. Sweet home Alabama, she said, just got a little sweeter. Another big bill signing, this one in the Oval Office of the White House. On Saturday, President Biden signed off on a solution to the problem that's been in the headlines for weeks, making sure the U.S. can borrow enough money to pay its bills. After a whole lot of haggling, Democrats and Republicans in Congress found some common ground and sent the legislation to the president for his stamp of approval. The new law allows the country to avoid what would have been an embarrassing historic first called defaulting, which basically means running out of money and being unable to repay debts. The deal holds until 2025. The company that brought us the first of its kind iPhone, Face ID, and AirTag is about to drop another innovation bombshell. Today, Apple will take the wraps off an entirely new product. It's first since the Apple Watch in 2014. It's a mixed reality headset that, according to Forbes, looks like a high-tech pair of ski goggles that lets users see the real world at the same time they're viewing a virtual one. It's reportedly meant for communication, wellness, videos, and productivity. One person who worked on the device called it part status symbol, part future of the computer. And analysts say it'll have a price tag to match. CEO Tim Cook will make the announcement shortly after 10 a.m. Pacific time today. It was a battle between two teenage tennis titans. 16-year-old Mira Andreeva of Russia squared off against 19-year-old Coco Gauff of the U.S. at the French Open on Saturday. And while it initially looked as though the younger player might stage another upset, in the end, the match went to the slightly older and more seasoned American. Afterward, Coco had high praise for her opponent and even offered some words of advice to Mira's mom and dad. The key to her success, Coco said, came down to her parents picking sponsors who weren't focused on whether she won or lost. I never felt pressure to do anything result-wise, she said. I'm so grateful that my parents always protected me in that sense, so I could just focus on the game and not everything else. Coco plays again today. That's it for KidNuz. Now, our KidNuz quiz. What was the winning Scripps National Spelling Bee word for 14-year-old Dev Shah of Florida? Samophile, spelled P-S-A-M-M-O-P-H-I-L-E. Which U.S. state is the latest to have an official cookie created by 4th grader Mary Claire Cook? Alabama. Apple is releasing what new and reportedly groundbreaking product today? A mixed reality headset. What was 19-year-old Coco Gauff's advice to the parents of her young opponent? pick sponsors who aren't focused on winning. In today's Kid News Kicker, call it Spider-Mania. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is spinning box office gold, crawling its way to the top of the charts with the biggest opening day of any movie so far this year, and to one of the biggest opening weekends ever. Credit good reviews and a marketing team that roped in Nike, Hyundai, Alexa, and Burger King as Spider partners, and Sony, which assembled a Spider Society ambassador program that, according to Deadline, recruited 200 celebrities, influencers like Bad Bunny, Guillermo del Toro, Steph Curry, Rihanna, Beyonce, Tiffany Haddish, and Nick Jonas to pitch the movie to their 994 million followers. Before we go, we want to give a big shout out to our Kid News teachers in their classrooms, Mrs. Turner at Countryside Elementary in Sterling, Virginia, Mrs. Mercado at Belvedere in Highland, California, and Mrs. Rigo at St. Teresa of Calcutta in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Thanks for listening. Please take a moment to rate and review us. We love to read the feedback, and we'll see you back here for more Kid News tomorrow morning.